possibly current management. Moreover, despite significant under-declarations, it is alarming to learn that ECG failed to compensate value chain players appropriately based on the stated figures and existing cash waterfall mechanisms. The issues extend further as ECG has maintained 84 bank accounts across 20 different banks, complicating revenue collection and dispensability, but also take decisive action to prosecute those responsible for these corrupt activities. Immediate legal action against the individuals and entities involved is
bank accounts across 20 different banks rather than a single account streamlined revenue processes. So it's used, as you are showing on the TV, this was an investigation that was carried out into what was going on with the missing over 1,300 containers and the revelations of the cables being melted down into aluminum blocks. This is criminal. It's beyond forgiveness that this is how the people of Ghana who are sweating in their homes cannot even switch on fans, cannot working electricity.
Hello, Doc. Can you please hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, I'll be glad if you can reposition yourself a bit. We are finding challenges with the network, and then we need to hear you clearly.
Kessben.
Hello, Doc.
I'm trying to reposition myself.
Okay, very well. So we are speaking to Dr. Susan Inti, chairperson for Crusaders Against Corruption, on their concerns raised so far about the operations of a ECG, indicating some of the malfeasance that has been uncovered so far. Yes, Doc, if you can hear me, just let's come here.
Yes, I can.
Yes, it's better now. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah, and this matter has been ongoing since 2019 when there was the PSP scandal in Ghana, where those that were responsible were trying to transfer the Electric Corporation of Ghana to 5 individuals in an offshore company to manage ECG. And, at the time, I believe, it was clear that one day of effective working at the ECG can give over $13 million a day. A day, if it was run effectively. And at the time, Crusaders Against Corruption suggested that because this is a key infrastructure requirement, a utility that is required by the people of Ghana to enable them to run their homes, run their businesses effectively, it would be better if, to curb the abuses, that shareholders be sought from the private sector as well as the state. Because if you look at the companies that are going strong in Ghana, they are the foreign companies, most of them Guinness, even, we have Total, we have Goil, which are Ghanaian-run organizations. So the international and the Ghanaian-run state or privately owned with shareholders holding people to account are the companies that have longevity, that are effectively run, that have minimal scandals, because they will just, people who are doing the wrong thing will just be thrown out.
Okay.
They will just be thrown out. So I don't know why, as a vital infrastructure utility in Ghana, we cannot come up with a format that will work for the people of Ghana. That people will not be stealing cables if there's a shareholder or shareholders in a village in the north of Ghana, because they can buy shares as a group or as people who are responsible. It will help us demand and have better accountability across Ghana, not just a few people taking decisions in an office in Accra. Everybody will be part of it. So we are calling for a part state, and a part shareholders, private shareholders, so that we can hold the government to account, because it's obvious that it cannot hold itself to account. The state abuses have become one. There are too many. There are too many. And every time issues come up, everything is pushed under the carpet. We've had a special prosecutor's office, and we are still trying to find out which case has been prosecuted successfully. We cannot point at it, because there's always something that will stand in the way of honesty and integrity in Ghana.
But Doc, you believe, your outfit actually believe that, I mean, even if we are going to sell part shares, I mean, to any of the private entities, then definitely it must be a floating of share, or better still, we must enlist on the Ghana Stock Exchange to allow Ghanaians the opportunity to have interest in ECG. Is that your position? Yes.
And if you look in the UK, they have about 6 or so electricity companies. They don't have one. This is a monopoly. And in other countries, especially in the UK, there's anti-monopoly legislation that stops companies from dominating the market. And here we have a company or corporation that is a monopoly, but it is run by the state and has been run very badly. It has been run very badly. And to stop the abuses, we need to have accountability and we need to have transparency.
Now, wouldn't that be, I mean, the quest where we put the ECG as a whole into the hands of private individuals who are, so to speak, rich in society and are still going to do business to manipulate things into their favor? Because once upon a time, we made an attempt where PDS took over certain operations of ECG, and then for about 2 years, we did not get any proper accountability for the work they did. Even up to now, I mean, the way and manner in which those contracts were awarded was still being questioned about, transparency that ought to have been done to the Ghanaian people. And so you suggesting this, what will be the modalities, what will be the methods that we ought to apply in this whole situation?
Yeah, that's why we are suggesting to the government that they do a joint approach where there will be a state part, whether it is 49% or 51%, given to the states or the government, and then the 49 or the 51 to the people of Ghana, to buy shares, so that there's not a fully, whether it is privately owned or it is fully state-owned, but there's both working together to ensure accountability, to ensure effectiveness, efficiency for the people of Ghana. It is taxpayers' money, part of it. Well, now it's taxpayers' money, but if it is part owned by private individuals, then and part by the state, then both can form. It'll be a checks and balances against each of the stakeholders.
Interesting. Yes.
And there are so many countries that do that. Where it's not a full privatization, but it is part state and part privatized, and both can watch each other. The private stakeholders can watch the state part, and the state can watch the private. So there's
But
checks and balances.
my concerns again has to do with the fact that, yes, the checks and balances will have to come in to ensure much more better transparency for the good people of Ghana. But again, I get worried as a Ghanaian citizen that for a whole 2 years, we transferred the aspect of revenue collection bit of ECG to a private entity that was supposed to have come in with some level of investment and then build in systems that will ensure efficiency in revenue collection. Now, that same company, that same individual entity, came in and, so to speak, for better words, defrauded this country, because for over 2 years, we still do not and have not been able to account for what PDS did. Now, you know the concessionaire agreement and how this whole thing came about. And so if you are the average Ghanaian, knowing very well that PDS came in, they took a lot of monies from us, all in the name of collecting revenue for and on behalf of ECG, and never accounted up to date, and nobody has equally been prosecuted for such an act. Will you have the confidence of entrusting such a state facility in the hands of the average person as well?
You know, we can't be looking at everything, but nothing is 100% foolproof, because they are human beings who are always trying to be greedy or be wicked or to benefit themselves or self-interest, etc. So it will never be 100% foolproof. But if we have a system where there are checks and balances, and possibly have an independent monitoring and evaluation commission that, we know that, I don't know who is going to appoint them, because, that is a difficulty as well, because all the people who are doing this have been appointed. So it's a difficult one. But, recently in the press, the president gave all the MPs 200,000 Ghana cedis to go and invest in the local schools in their constituency. And then on top of that, he gave them an extra 150,000 Ghana cedis to do monitoring and evaluation of what they were going to use the money for. So we all want to know, how is that M&E going to be conducted?
Okay.
Is it going to be a project manager coming in, and where from, to hold the MPs accountable for the 200,000 or whatever? Or is it just so that they can track progress of where the money went and, be held accountable? So it is, we have to find a way of ensuring there's monitoring and evaluation of everything that we do in Ghana.
And we believe this can go a long way in handling some of the challenges.
Hopefully, because what we have now is not working, and insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. We know what the results have been, as you said, when it is just a private company, and the abuses and the inefficiencies and the unaccountability, and we know what has happened when it is state, and the state abuses, abuse of power, abuse of the fact that you are there, fiduciary duties, breaches. So we need to do something differently. And we need to do something differently that will work for the people of Ghana. People cannot be sitting in their homes, no air condition or no fan, no water because no pumps, can't even iron their clothes for work because there's no electricity, people stealing wires in electric poles, people making illegal connections for electricity. It's not. Electricity is a basic necessity for progress in any economy. And if you want to control people, then you control their electricity. And that is unfair. that is absolutely wicked. It's like controlling the water, controlling the electricity. Let us have an efficient system in our country. There is no excuse for poor management, especially when we have brilliant people in the country, when we have honest people in the country, when we have people with integrity. There are some people with integrity in this country.
Very well.
And
yes,
yeah,
Doc, you wanted to land on something.
Yeah. So, let people. All we are seeing is corruption, and it is pathetic. It is sad. It is pathetic, and we see cover-ups. We need accountability. We need transparency. We need people doing things for the right reasons.
Very well. And so this will be your call. I mean, you're going to make sure you champion this as a CSO.
We have championed this since 2018, 2019, and we will continue until we see an electricity corporation or company that is giving people what they deserve. We are Ghanaians. We have resources. This is our nation. Why can we not enjoy our nation? Why do people have to go outside the country to carry out business because they can't rely on our utilities? We have a beautiful sun. We have wonderful landscapes. We are rich in mineral resources. We have wonderful human resources. Why can't we have people who can put it together for the good of the citizens of Ghana?
Very well. Doc, I'm grateful for your time this morning.
Thank you very much.
I'm grateful. And that is Dr. Susanna Inti, chairperson at the Crusaders Against Corruption, speaking to us. Their viewpoint, and it's young privatize ECG, yama Ghana for entoshes, na over 51% will become a Ghanaian-owned company, and then government will have some 49%. Na Enkoban is both private and public, and making sure say ECG ebetimi aye juma effectively, and those are their concerns. Those are also a petitioner womo Atrodia Kwakoma Obampenyi John Dramani Mahama indicating their stance on some of these things. But in the latest development, and government's communication minister at the office of the president, Urakwachio Fosu, in parliament, outlining a kwanya na rempon containers no fast so a raye ma yentie Kwachio Fosu, minister in charge of government communication na Yemra.
There are notorious facts on this case that are already public information. The incident under reference or the whole matter occurred during the reign of the MPP when they were in government. Since this matter became public, there has been an effort to distort the information and make it appear like a novel development. That's something that has just happened. I am Minister for Government Communication. I am in regular touch with the Minister for Energy. And therefore, I am fully aware of the facts. Mr. Speaker, I have the report before me. Mr. Speaker, I have the report before me. And we will tender it in evidence. They are inviting us to reinvent the wheel. They want us to do what we have done already in a bid to obfuscate the real issues. Which is that, Mr. Speaker, there is flagrant abuse.
Honorable, be brief.
Yes.
I think we will give the minister the opportunity
to speak.
So be brief.
Mr. Speaker, the reaction of our colleagues suggests that they actually do not want the matter looked into. They don't want the facts to be made public. That is why they are obstructing me. But the point is that the maker of the statement has referenced the existence of an investigation, which investigation has led to a report. On what basis, therefore, has he come to demand another investigation into the investigation? You see, this is a house that is seized with so much activity that we should not be making room for needless replication of things that have already been done. The Minister for Energy has stated publicly that action will be taken on the outcome of the investigations. So I'm surprised that my colleagues on the other side do not want these actions to be taken.
Thank you.
To round up. Again, this is a matter that should be fairly well known to our colleagues on the other side. Because the minority leader, who I'm sure will have a bite, was the chairman of the ECG board. And so these matters are things that he knows about.
And that is Felix Kwachi for sure, Government Minister for Communication, speaking and on the floor of Parliament. Now, 14 minutes after 8, we'll bring you more details on this. Mamene Beninsia Eni Enkomo Ewo. He is an energy policy analyst and then executive director at the Semse. Ben, what you make a margin at say?
Yeah, Minia.
Yeah, Bokodia.
Damiado. Holidays, Muneo.
Holiday ni dia would deeper, so dia would do see any dear. But first off, report to know when you be a kayana, what is really happening, how many containers are yet to me so far?
Medas Minia. First of all, I think that report to know manya be a kind kakra, but Medasubu show making mainly, but there's a problem with the whole report, and I think that Osanka, in terms of reference, a bit better than the our report, no. The kind containers, now Temahabo. The Temahabo, Jumaku, and I say Numaye, Kubia, Muye, and Jumao Temahabo. One, a Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Two, a Customs Division of the GRA. Three, a Ghana Standard Authority. Four, a Port Health. Five, a sometimes FDA. But say Niama if free Amadonebano in the same Niama FDA and so. Six, your immigration service for your police cra our motivo. It is a can't say containers area and can the key respondents beyond the procurement irregularities that cause ECG key respondents to this particular report and also be a Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority almost staff and Customs Division of the GRA also almost staff. But do get terms of references now and cover any of these institutions. Emma a creative ambiguity with respect to containers area. Minia, Sanka terms of reference no cover Customs Division of the GRA and cover Standard Authority, Ghana Standard Authority. And cover Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Minia and can ne yahumba be a containers war. Kaye ye move on kase ko investigation be abuse. Because one many custom for the incommon no mo mayeti asese Sanka. That committee any omo kasaya nkane ngombi me actually day time and a nipa or clear containers between Temahabo. Because on the bill of entry, the bill of lading, all the invoices on which me nipa or clear containers a brow clear containers and a da or clear containers So when Kayem Koye Kase Koye investigation and Koye BBW, that is one. Two, Nipan Mameti Asia Krase China for Krananka Yechi or Matise Siamo Ibinumbe, which is the idea was a moment because a bit to me Abba say China for no or Momunye Bonnet because we may turn the container and a wakoton. A bit number say Indian on near Bonnet will be a turn the container and on wakoton. Basanka the investigation it me investigating and I interrogating Customs Division any Standard Authority nka ne the assembly nka yehumba bia containers because you be nipa or clear containers
Okay.
Two, on my side here say container na ye ka bia na custom for no omunye bone because one container be see within 21 days it was all clear. 21 days one clear e be called demurrage. E called demurrage within 60 days it was all clear. So one clear Customs Division of the area our allocation and also our auction. Meaning also ye mra etwa ho a obetumi e dia yi containers no afiri tem habo because say be do so ho a e bi entumi member county abribia no custom for no person mo clear containers ni bio nti so omo di mra kwan so through auction and as location dia omo custom for no mo nye boni but because of say terms of reference they are limited, especially that committee, you know, the terms of reference they are limited, no. Or money cost on 4 years to me and this community, it leaves a lot of ambiguity. And I also cost on a committee report now. It targeted ECG and procurement malpractices. And individuals not be procurement, you know, almost need that requisite requirement. That procurement professional license to become a procurement officer.
Yes.
And no crowd media that had a problem. No crack say it was a procurement license. But we also know that institutions build people. Will be a hobby to institution be not be only procurement officer, but through practical knowledge and practical acquisition. Yet you man be a procurement officer money. And no crowd and any problem. The problem is that investigation no incomplete because omo and too many year before ending common omo ne post and habos for ending community ne so because of okohwe containers ewo ashama and as obi malik o malik na nka se o ye hu yisi di container ho a ni nyina no bregu adwuma adwuma sebi no emfa mfaso bi amba nipa na anase institution na ye ne omo ka se benya container no GRA. Adentina yema GRA enkasa. Adentina yema Ghana Standard Authority enkasa. Adentina yema National Security for more port no enkasa ma hu say on this specific date no any ye be yi containers bro. Nti SM said ye position is say report no yes. Report no at mama ye hu say 1357. E bi kura che say one report no be 1346. Ama ye hu say containers ni aira bashanka report no ebe ya moa anka mo ye moa esa ni dia for kasa ya ntamne enli bi ambiguity mayen san kasa ye kwoti another committee bi because committee ntiti ye na ya dosun and e basa nso a ebo o maineka nti ye nua na ofri UCC a o chair this particular committee yes ran na djuma no wie e wo san ka oni dia report ni standard authority for kasa.
Yes, but you have just stated terms of reference, no uncover and how does he go outside his mandate to engage those institutions?
Terms of reference, no, yes, uncover but uncover no in any report, no, your other matters in any report, because for your report to be very understandable, ambiguity biano. Say a basa obese sound terms of reference no crowd now be ya kan say minister we na odi my but we na emaye hu containers no we na emaye hu nipa o wi containers na mom ye de kan say no ade ne yakọ stock taking ya stock accounting ya ECG procurement frivolous procurement malpractices another malpractices o na mom emu bia no ntimi answer the key question, where are the containers? It is a movie to answer where are the containers no, or who cleared the containers no. You need GRA for Kokasa. And no finishing with that part of where are the containers and who cleared the containers. The report is totally, yes, it's totally incomplete. And I think that you know this committee we are no. Also sign for the no need GRA for Kokasa because so need GRA for Kasaya ambiguity be any will be man kebe hu nipa or clear these goods. And when these goods were cleared.
Yes, but to the best of your knowledge, you know, I mean, apart from 40 last week, you know, to the
best of my knowledge, no, because I'm Deputy Minister of Attorney General, Minister of Justice and Attorney General Department. Nana Okase Omachinipa 14, Oma Bailey, and Asoma Jaibinom. And they been so that so more investigate you. But say you who containers so far no. But you who containers me because why are you faso the actual containers no and you quite paso. Yen papa and pass on the containers no. Say your national security any nam ashama boom. Anybody yes say issue containers, that's not the best way to find these containers. The best way to find these containers is to ask GRA officers because they cleared and they have the database. Or more the database of all these containers you can want to be. Nti adinti na yen kom ho. Anaso mo ma mekasa. Enche yen say containers na mo di jaye na say containers na e ba ye no. E go through demurrage. After 60 days, your terminals ayema. Ye clear ma why the gina ma ye clear ma obi. All these things they have the documents there. So the politics around it are who did the I think we are flopping a dead horse. Ye mpese ye be no kreno because ye pese who no krena. No kreno wo GRA. Ma ye fanye amanyosem. Ye ma GRA pon kasa, ye ma standard authority in kasa. Omo kasa, ye be hu babia no kreno, ye be hu nipa. Oyi containers no. And ye be hu da oyi containers no. And this is a reliable source from GRA themselves.
Very
well. Yo mo say obi ba say obehwe containers a oni o man kasa. Na odi akwa bonti say containers na ira. Because e pass so a e di fi egu omo so omoduma. Abra nipa ni nim say nka oni omo kasa ya. Anko metima chire nipa be clear container no. Any days I'll clear container.
Very well. Ben, I don't pay my man now. I say I'm grateful for your time. And that is Ben Insi, Executive Director for SEMSA. He's also an energy policy analyst. And I'll pay Yenino AD and 25 minutes after 8. Let's do this one.
We came all this way.
And Jemekobo some train na yakoye jubabi ewo aba na mame fast than be Emma Amalina Children's Haven. I don't pay one more rumba, one more abwa pa pacho your ba wafe frudia. Pacho the journey of pregnancy begins with Amalina. I don't pay enkwala ho niema pacho your ba ye wo enyimi wo de besiesi o hunyina. Your preparation for the journey of childbirth ningina begins with a year Amalina Children's Heaven. I don't pay open a year child care products. Who do any but your mother care essentials in you will be a one. You will be a special. Tell it me that it made me a seal you would need any expectation as a mother. I don't pay caregivers in a 2 money Eddie Free Amalina Children's Haven. Pacho Tiamano pay bra. Not beje with the free interior so echo could see a year skincare product. Who do any pacho organic baby clothing. And no keep baby no say. Na a man reliable effect. GS no you will be a wahanoma over. When you be at home, pacho you be a promo edia so petroleum, open car seat, open a year. And career pacho and cover Obana Hona, ABCC, the whole Kama man who I am. Amelina Children's Haven, and I don't pay me come for a day amount. One more Kumasi, one more crying, one more Techiman. And see, oh my, you baby, I'm Pacho Oba. Sa Ebekaye, na a thing. When he ain't a teacher, a boy, Pacho Opa, so Obano. Obana, what on Yana Swim, dear, no Nini party, and Pacho functionality, no. Then you demand the amount of peace of mind, said your baby once was a parent. But you'll be able to so and walk with Juma so Abba. As a mom, you need to explore your quality collections that you wore at the Mamuna, maternity essential, and interior was share the best style of Kama. As a pregnant woman, but your bra, you be more the comfort materials are we here now a chimney above. I don't pay one episode of you when this one they are called www.amalina.com.gh www.amalinaonline.com.gh. Now go and see videos and pictures for yourself. You'll have an unforgettable experience with us. Now be shopping with us. I'll pay you a lot of good work with us. But your numbers you know is 0593 921 777 0593 921 777 and after 0501 67 244 56 2445 or 6. Now watching me after you bet me after 055421 5410 0554-215410. Na wone Ambelina Children's Haven any enkomo na womo ebeje pachon kraha ye wo wager Kumasi obehu yen ewo ho adafete chiba. Come and have a very good experience.
When you say Mami ane de kasa you suffer.
Yes.
Me suffer.
Mami Susan auntie.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah, but minimi say nedwuma no.
Oh za.
Etina
achekura benfi numye.
Oh Kwame, ma obika masa digene pa.
I see.
Na obo word brutal.
On the state where the bar no no sign ye bibia.
Oh, I see.
Yes,
minim
yes.
da, Kwame minim da.
Crusaders against corruption.
Oh, I see. Minim da.
About corruption cry.
In fact, my pen has some papa. Na see no sisi bo word. Kwame, be sure say ene ka hu bitin wo ye crusader no. On pefin.
I see.
Yes, on pefin. Me pen has some pa.
I see, but maybe I find holiday ni ko ye.
Yeah, Kwame ko ye, but Kwame na dey change da o.
Say.
Anoma ba kra ni kromu. Awo hwe.
Oh, but I know that krom ye busy o.
Dabi eno na krom ye busy na nya kra.
Ba say no ano e krom ye busy no e ko wie na anadwo. Anadwo no nkrofo pie ye ko chele ye.
Omo brebre.
Omo ebe ko beach. Nti dodo na eda. E bi te se kwa bena bedu say eno street jam wo area ni mo. Fadama enclave nyina wo mo block street no.
Ai Baba Sadik mo.
Side nyina. Nkrofo ko gina mu a e bo be 3-4 ya no mo kofi.
I see.
Afi no wo mo da. But
onu say Kwame akra no baby nipa opa onu bi say nipa wo La Paz sin akra ayi essence circle.
Oh yes.
La Paz. Yes, La Paz is more enterprised than circle. But it dey be a person who say nipa eni kuma for La Paz ye indicator. I'm telling you Kwame.
I see.
La Paz and say La Paz. Daily basis.
La Paz on daily basis na yagro.
Hey, that's Kwame.
But cycle so she ho.
Oh, Kwame cycle so by see. I say Kwame so what's the dia? La Paz.
Cycle so she ho because cars e be nyina last of a cycle.
Yes, and the correct.
Yes.
And the correct Kwame.
Businesses
but the term now no. Kwame, check the term now. So the bichi. Check terminals no. E do time be able to circle. Ada. Nipe ko babat ada. But La Paz there. La Paz na.
La Paz.
3 a.m. I feel no obi hihye no normal. 2 a.m. I feel no obi hihye no normal.
E no ne ye kwan ni ho.
E na me chance ni na account back committee. Ye de La Paz ye start free Akwetema. Baby ye ton cars no.
From Akwetema Junction.
Yeah, Akwetema Junction, which is Ni boy bad Ni boy. A fly top one.
Yes.
Ye di free ho. So apenkwa e baba besi kwashiman ko dwantwi ho no baby a you know overpass ho ne friend say La Paz Kwame e ho ko ni na ye busy
especially
24 hours
abranti enclave.
Yes, 24 hours and La Paz Kwame he say
what's your favorite joint to hop bigot
bigot what alcohol
was it
what alcohol
omo ka guma so so mota
and I don't know about call night be ba na ababa wa bi no ho fe pa Kwame oh bra take me go now tell them say what they be here me ho abe kan fa fu me so fa ko ne jado here no ba we say Kwame
boys no the boys in the academy
ba Kwame La Paz no se wa stadia se traffic chi adu anyimre rush hour
yeah
and 200 it became kobasi na 200 aside mama and the reason why La Paz here enterprise Kwame e kura surround La Paz omo ba krom no nye izo
Kessben
Taboran kwa ya adibidi race course so tuom enya adebe ko atiase kwashima dakuman dansoman yi kokompe kasuafo ne chale achimotafo a ebeye transit si La Paz asan wa ba ye fe ne say circle obi susu kra bi ho no ma omo wo East Lagos mo side o ne say yi na no so be sa kwa kaso a eso ye transit La Paz o ma circle Kwame La Paz ni pegu La Paz o da ya who was circle atie ambience no noise no but the day o first time na so tu kwan na so uko acha u see La Paz as say noise no Kwame u ya least mistake noise be makabo
I see
Say for complaining overpass no more no. Ni boy hono. Almost see a wadodo. And yes, I don't was the height no. Say baby I be far sana wasan.
For no more on traffic lights.
Yes, we still go for. Maybe I be person to quite document.
Complain is say. Say come on,
very beautiful.
Yes,
F papa but on say ewa. Minimum the way answer now be first steps no. So over first steps no. Obe kwa for about almost 50 meters. Answer no about be far overpass now so. I said another 50 meter steps.
Okay. So, Mame Kwahoma Shobra, na yene the Deputy Minister for Energy, Eni and Komo, the Honorable Richard Jan Mensa, Wasayam Rashevi Deni, Edema, the good people of Gomoa West. Honorable Minister, I don't pay to make a marching.
The Speaker, Majodo.
Now, Pajon Pomo to say,
Aduma,
very well. Yeah, that's in society pay Wajia. So, now, first of all, you per se ye ECG last week na mo boy amani minister ni yedi nkomo Ghana nyina say ene containers bi ira what committee amoni di achi amo hwehwe mo hwehwe mu no akwa akosi saying last week we were made to understand say motimi attract about 40 out of figures amode to abonten say ira no ebesi na what
so ma ECG no so minister official no do what to
Now, we share social media, we be say some videos circulate national security akwa Shaiman, we mo abwera warehouse be we say cables ni bi wo ho ECG emblems ne asenso de ewo ho. There are some of the places in so mo koy abon say pallet yedi cables ne ade ni gun mo a ya tro ECG din ni ade gu ho ni nyina no ya bubu a eno no nyina no I mean ya to agu are all this forming part of my investigation at Moyana.
Pastor, Nina can hope you say it's a matter that Sister Baby, you do know. Initially, there was an intel. The basis of the investigation in Yinano, I don't know what I see there. Abra a transition team, no. In report of the Minister for Energy, then I leader of the transition in terms of energy, no. There were about 3,000 containers were porter. ECG for one to me into Mama, I think almost demurrage of over 1.5 billion at the bread ECG.
Okay.
The Anna Mama also call port worker share, then Zama Hono. Quite number of Butumina and go away in your money report, not demurrage in and keep free. Okay, report over the mine, the number only about 2,500, a little over 2,500. In the afternoon, we are Yom Kakraman. I think we reported 3,000, but the report was almost 2,500.
Kessben.
Damiza was all a and a formal committee. Committee is really what we in our divine was, you know. In some of kind, 2,500, no. More on 2,200. Which means that. So all fanuma utie Abona. Almost about 1,346 containers now. Ayo. And now Odema security for Washa there's a phase in our what discover a few of them. But we would do our investigation. But this issue no Minister Nakasano Denima, we can work there. Or my opinion Mahama, one man Quenya there. You should go the full throttle. On 50 miles to the end. On that to work through there. I did bear over Yabiano, over the Yuma or the Locarno Ade, now be beer as a man will piano, whatever. Indeed, he is leading it, and I'm also supporting him. This is when you can say investigation good. I did be new wherever.
Okay.
I did be information for forever. But still, I'm making cancer. The young to may can be a young member out now. At appropriate time, the minister Nakasa or best a brief Ghanaians so far on the welfare investigation award.
Yes, Honorable, what can they say? But I mean, committee, I'm not saying yes or no. And if so, was it exhaustive enough? Because many have said, say, I mean, say you perceive who baby a containers, no customs, say, GRA, I mean, they could have possibly told you Nipa Kra was standing in clear those containers from the port, the records ought to have reflected as such, rather than say yabedum pempenso ayeduya national security ne yati omwaguma womugusu ya investigation every baby a containers you way.
Okay, so we did there one mandate or terms of reference what the what terms of reference what the more in there. A report of 2,500 now 3,000 one to move baby. First 1 year procurement. Then procurement is also in the processes. In the other year, you know, continue work of share. What's on here investigation on procurement now? I better today. Even in the previous years,
yes,
ECG one procurement plan. Every happy opera water. I think in 2021 opera water. In the procurement plan is worth about 890 million Ghana cedis. At the end of the 900 million Ghana cedis. At the end of the year, no, what worth over 8 billion.
Which is far beyond the allocation.
Far more than almost about 700 times we percentage more. Indeed, that means that many in our reports now. It wasn't only the missing way. But I had the procurement and the Senate will be no Oma or sanction procurement. And then one work is no when you will be the and a committee no so in mandate today. Utumuna Ochi will be another year. They need our report to our report TV. Abandon investigation at the BBB one at the and now it is the security no so one who you.
But aside the Indians and the Chinese, Minister Mayati Asia said they've been arrested, some of whom have been granted bail. Much Ghana for Bimua now, especially people within the ECG.
Okay, so in the first year, watching India from Chinese, from obviously there was a Ghanaian who was also part of, who was also arrested. In the Ogudu investigation, almost on a daily basis, new information is coming out.
And we will ensure that prosecution be Juma to the latter.
Definitely. Minister ways to do the other. This investigation all called the full hall. Into Yaja Yepeja Bibi Morato, a Ghana Fuska. So we share ECG Fukawa what day. Abai Bad we are sharing. In the first year, we want the ECG for debt income was about 68 billion. As I wish a Ghana budget here every year as near. It is almost about more than 20% of the Ghana budget.
Kessben.
I idea in advocacy and also energy sector debt. I will a car winning in a never free ECG and other electricity. This government, you know, as far as they solve power issues now, no one's a man. Canada honestly, yes, require able to na the democratic football.
Okay.
Then for be a madachi and from by anything.
Mami, yes, meet you.
It is one make kind case that is in it. Obiere new order do. Yeah, Juma every day.
Very well. Now, Odi Ekaya Bay, no, Ghana forces the same Kania and Inshedden in Azo.
Okay, what's the camera? You be biara load setting will be biara.
Okay.
In terms of generation, every day reports there were optimum generation. In terms of intermittent, the biasa new but those days work out. We so do so. Yeah, experience do so. Boss do so near him. O kanapa, o do light and apa. Chile and you as I saw.
Yeah.
Every 2 days, the whole day. But this time, you know, there's adequate generation. There's adequate transmission. There's adequate distribution. However, maybe 1 or 2, Nancy and Sutu Toy, no answer me that I've been from there. A whole community, almost transformer, a jato.
Okay.
Obviously, that area in Yinano, some technical issues here. They will experience some power outage before and obey the major within the year. Maybe we also one load, no, a dozen tea. Offend them. Power no, none will fall. Let a man say more constituency. Maybe I'm a of a constituency. Let a buy me more there. power na 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 the akofo me frɛ ECG was we are notified that we mu the load na wa no so nti we ye ho adwuma the man na other places ni bi so ha ote ebi ni da nzama what by it by the menu me ya nde ye hu na ye nuanom ni bi so how na ye wo mu nuanom ni bi so wo fa no woton no enye cable so kuti na wo ton what's even transformer po omu yotum a new transformer woto wokoton ma scraps mo de o fence what disassemble a transformer aye here be the CCC in area boa situation mama kai that must say there be some few technical and operational challenges but in terms of generation we have adequate generation.
And the Honorable Deputy Minister is confirming for us, say, Okania Dumoa, one, it has nothing to do with generation issues or fuel, anyhow, engine and Kanian intimina, so typically technical challenges.
And you know, the
yes.
Just last week, Friday or so, Institute of we be to the Legon. Bawolishi area storms by lights now man be brave we be brave to we and automatically one you know they will be affected baby over FN power we know lines you know voltage you know our phone the nzama ni nyina ye ne aba me what is the issues here by you good you resolve every morning. I'm sorry. The first person I spoke with is director of power.
Okay.
Just to ensure challenge. I will maybe I'm a Maakye. My head man, your friend ECG. My also there was all my feedback. You try to resolve them pocket of challenges in the but what band will be can be an adumsa and then quite
now all challenges when you now honor I feel yet it is I feel budget amoye allocation amodema ECG crowd on what so because of irregularities I cause wo no cresa wo mo there
o say ECG ni operations budget awodema from every government subsidy now but ECG nankasa they should be able to operate optimally o ECG ejuma or the power not on ojimuska utum de boa no jumeja already in the whole subsidy was all recommend every why be na so yen cat baby ka sebe yin the year cat ma ayi nya dida ma ho as it is also that ma ho this is there or the ECG nangaza on its own because there are a lot of other state agencies government subvention biara oko this is oko goela also you are buying the way but government wants subvention biara.
Yes, I do.
We are starving them. No, there one can say what the efficient management one operation should be very efficient. And when going here there, be discovery once and I will juma. ECG say prepaid meters in Kayana and Kawaii postpaid. You should power and about here. In the year, almost more than 50% of our meters which are prepaid.
Yes.
8 years and so we use. It is a tomade. Nothing. And the matter a ton, no, 50%. Which shall cow and so as no poor Akotaba. Not a ton less Abokawa. I don't know ton for super.
I see.
And the matter was the good year. ECG problem in Adonara free air management inefficiencies.
And how is the ministry helping to deal with that?
I don't know good idea because I must say Ghana for the home there they were being with it, but by every day officially I started working even just about a week ago. The minister so it's less than that means the main is not sure how by the middle of the year the matter to over the zaman sisa reba ebeje break akra yintu nyina do ade ba ya bibia sisa to go ebeje break akra but bia no ma ehia de ya wotim pode ya besa sanzama ya manzama kudu yi.
Very well. Obo anope ma menna wase ne ye bo abaso nso o constituency for ne so wo ye adwuma boa wo mo pa enti anope we are grateful for your time.
Your master, that's Speaker.
Very well. And that is the Honorable Deputy Minister for Energy, Richard John Mensah, was I Rashid Bidwani at the good people of Gomoa West on the ticket of the NDC. And Opay speaking to us. Go Rimbo.
Yeah, Kwame.
Yes, and Minister Nakasa. About the Ira near the Egusu Irena.
Yes, Kwame.
Kessben.
49 minutes after 8, yes. Also, the
Kwame. Young Kwana.
I am coming to
Kwame Kakrabi. You see, gradually, Kwame, Ghana, people will give up. Ye give up after quiet fast corruption. Kwame. Nkofo abembebu because nkofo a Kwame ye fi se esese komohwe mi corruption. They are rather corrupt people. You get me? Nipa ya suma ne se onko corruption. Okwa no akọ corrupt nipa no a ono no ye corrupt no. Ono no kwa no na akọ corrupt nipa no. De ono no akọ corruption no. Ni ya corrupt no na osa akọ de baby. Soja ni police ni a yeso onkɔhwɛ galamsey ɔkɔ ewoye bi wɔnkɔ kyekye galamsey fo no ɔno na jai kyekye galamsey fo eyi bi ebi so apam ɔma fi asase no so Kwame ɔmu ye bi isi me kase de bia se ekwan a yefa so Kwame ye nwene this country no as ye free say technicalities you too much. Se Kwame you so radical approach. Aman kofo antinisua. We cannot fight corruption in this country. If Se Kwame say anya direct.
Kessben.
We can never fight corruption in the country. She. Bisa Se Kwame. Fourth Republic here by. Your Kasa politicians are corrupt. Politicians are corrupt. How many politicians and you see in this country?
33 years in your home.
33 years. With the exception of Madame Yaya Shena Yehuni, said Tamaklo, Mr. Tatutu Kata, Mr. Victor Solomon, Mr. Kwame Payanki, Abu Gapeli. Who else again? Kwame.
Yeah.
And Kwame. Who else again? But the BIA say politicians are corrupt. A dear pana Kwame yenye BM in this country. The BIA make say who read Professor Kwame na hoy bukuna. Was he President Rollins by him? He didn't want to defeat probity and accountability because a routine and then about the man for embrace the revolution. Let the blood flow. Kwame, nen for and can let the blood flow. No keke say now Rollins the hona na ye omofe. Rollins the hona na ye omofe. Let the blood flow. No, nen yese sabin previous so be time obi. Ne mum de ne koso of this country no. Kwame ne time. Jamaican watch us
as at the time.
As at the time. Ne time Kwame. PNDC are buying institute at JBFN over the bar.
Kessben.
A Nipa na corrupted this country, especially secondary schools. President Rollins, public tribunal, Kwame, was Simon you kunko for this country. Papa bini yamo sheno ye beza. Or embezzle 25 million Ghana cedis, 29 million Ghana cedis. Oh, Koforudia. Or ayi Asamanka secondary school no ebeza. What is say? Ya investigation ne waka utwape tradition oksha no wakonfo. Because how ana Rollins say fighting corruption at a point na corruption na be unattractive. Because public tribunal bo wa Kwame Yakwakoku. The international community criticized it. You get me? A young boy I know here Duma, our auditor and controller, a controller and accountant general department. 25 years. President Rollins Sam Yekukuno, and then a man, international community that no boss said no. So be a BBC now, we have to give the person life imprisonment. So Professor Kwame now who say they all went to President Rawlings to tell him, say, Papa, yen come down with Nkofua, yen more firing squad. Tini you. Na yen fam ranye yen jailing Nkofo life sentence. They come with these statistics. At that time now you could depart from 1984, 1985. Na Ghana nye corrupt. Data everything ne show say ne nipa diska. But ye ba civilian rule here. President Rawlings did the 10 we saw it. Kwame, we have done enough. This country you have done enough. And then yes corruption. President Kufwa jailing Kufwa set a precedent. Yet on one bemu for Kwame corrupted. How jailing and Kufwa Abubomdini did not deter anybody. Kwame.
Yeah.
President Mills used anas shaming people. Yet in Kofo jail. It did not deter us. And ye biom ni enye. Nanado dan Kufado special prosecutor still. Kwame. Upon special prosecutor by should corrupt a year cases are Kwame Abba. And no quad ye time. And ye biom ni Kwame yenye. A software corrupt. Software corrupt. Because we have seen president, our president for what kase e do dia denia a software kukuda what this country ebe begging on behalf of their people. A babemu be begging pleading on their behalf of their own people. Ahemfo corrupt. Public servant, civil servants are corrupt. Politicians are corrupt. Imams are corrupt. Police, military, customs, immigration, presenters, broadcasters, market women. Every single soul in this country, Kwame, Obia ya corrupt. Say Kwame ye den ya konto Kwame si. Ah? Show. Who say okwa Nigeria?
Yes.
One member of parliament be sorry of parliament no more Nigeria police or be corrupt, especially omo mujejina kwa ho. And the man suggested that some conforming Jessica they should give them the uniform. There's no pocket. Almost a good Nigeria police anymore. Just make you. Then later Buhari by it was considered, say, let us go to parliament. Oh no, my bill. Say that Nigeria parliament say in the debate they will consider. Say police ni bi abakwa jina kwa ajijiska. They should give you a uniform with that pocket.
Obeshe
Kwame. A radical, a nimbiase, but they think that say make sense. So it can keep the situation sometimes. Kakra. Share the biya Kwame meka. A dear pa na mientimi jet said your President Rawlings as suggested mine. Yet me kofa chemical interrogation. You swear with the Bible, we swear with Quran. People don't believe and trust the Bible and the Quran. Yet they corrupt.
One more day Bible na swear we know.
Yet the Bible I swear. We believe in the Bible. Yet the Quran swear. We believe in the Quran. But yet people upon so what they are swearing na no pap nipa ne gokoko ye Kwame. Yes say wontimi decide obi faith efamano. Adana lawyer ni jan chechire adimu na me famu aba Kwame. Adenti na already a constitution the article 11 clause 3 was here customary laws that so ya duba or this country. And before kwesi broni beba no Kwame ne ya na ne edi e ho so. Ya constitution ya criminal offences act. And every act in this country no Kwame yet ye suban ya mamre any ye ne ye and then you consider for once you try this way for 5 years and after 10 years that Kwame ye had say obi bia wo de where you best swear no ugidie best swear no Kwame ye ma gidie foforo ne fa swear I don't get it
na no mrem wo ho
na Kwame die ekoi die Edeba dia ne enye ye monka bi nkire ye. dear pan ye come your person corruption.
And I said the case yen canokre. Yen no careful.
Yen no careful.
Yes.
Nananum no betchum tio. Adequate me kasa ade we say. President Rollins say. Sekofo free so oni Ghana's car opamien kwantwa. Meboa.
Yes.
President Rollins what they did this way.
Oh no, they didn't Bible.
And your Bible not this way. Basa kofo ye Christian.
Yeah.
I don't want to say. Yemi you see Sokofo so oni Ghana's gather. You see a Bible in the enfance way. Eye den alaji isa. Eyi malamisa. Okofa Ghana's guy $46,000. Meka se me confirm so okofa because Mr. Kojobu so ami atia say one in the coil on the face card. Malamisa. Was it for the scapegoat? Sekofo so on the face scanner. Or probably en kwanto. Abaso no no ye Muslim. I don't know one can say fa the Bible not so far the Quran. I don't know politicians. Alaji is our first vice chairman. Edema NDC. Our Ashanti region. Was it 2016? Over to me the PC. Rollins and Twaba and Farmer a year say NDC. It is a Rollins so Twaba me NDC or Pami and Quantwa. Why everybody is channel you see and Quantwa? Kwame. I then I yet to me get this thing once and for all. Near Shadi for 10 years near Hadi. Because you share Adia William who see Adia Bia Kwame. I was reading Ghana Port and Harbor or website CCR. Uko website Kwame. E kwanya ye faswa ye clear normal.
Yeah.
Was say import clearance process. Clearance process comprises declaration of cargo, data onto the Unipass Ghana system, customs document verification, system validation, cargo classification, valuation, risk assessment, quality assurance, payment duty, blah 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 blah. These are processes Kwame. Ube come and wait me you know ma. Why ne beti me akọ port? Na Kwame wakoye won't go through all these things. Somebody me akọ container. Me ti bi da. Ena me hunu bi da.
Container ni ehun baby e fine.
Enti Kwame.
Yes.
Se we wo ho no mo a ye ni data capture nkofo a omo be clear sa container. Port and harbor ne custom for to omo ni ho. Ye ni se nipa no so and go through the processor. It means that the container is stolen. Exactly. It is ye still container na. Don't we have gas there? Eti Kwame, Temahabo, Obian guided Temahabo. We don't have police personnel. We don't have customs,
national security.
You need national security. I then a port in it. And a port in your miensa. And Yakasa Pennyfobi na cabo and a swear what the Kwame. Thousands of containers. I dear Nancy Simni. A dear country near you say Kwame. Safi what the asma that an American what you say.
Yeah.
Efa unim red issue na American. A simple like ABCD Kwame.
A syndicate.
Syndicate. Say cocaine no ye koko for the bar. The director of operation of Ghana Police Service. Ebe catch say yachi ade bi ye suspect say ye cocaine. Ye wi de be call laboratory. Ni ye examine say ye cocaine. Na ya sign say e am pass ye cocaine. Ye wi ye say the national security, the president, the vice president, Kwame, Ghana Police Service, and penifo come no be an sign say sadi we ye here wa Ghana ha e beba be di ewu e jesase ye hye. Ni a sign peshi ho na ye hye ade no Kwame.
Yeah.
Ukọ ho no mo a ya gi ho ni na padlock akese bobo ho your police for guarding military. Enti ye de ade no kwa middle and ye kwa question. And ye compound ye hye wi a na siam propro wa no. Ade na ahye no eno ne ye fe no gomoza. Sa gomoza no eno na opa match somu a na otwini se otwu sie de se no aye hi no aye de
eno na o ka dem is no so aye de
de make what say kwa enti ye hye ade no a sa gomoza no asiam propro no a aka e wo baabi a ya hye ade na ya je ho no a police for guide no a padlock da ho no asafo no da empanifo fie no Kwame eye den ne ko amokombu nka house eye den ne bi pie dome ayi railways samampom ho cham ayi chapatre samampom ede ne bi pie ede ne bi pie crow from Colombia eye den ne bi pie tanker alaba tanker
I ran him get to know
Kwame eye den ne bi pie ija Baghdad eye den ne bi pie ayi go tam Tabora go tam Alhaji
honum no
Kwame eye den ne bi pie ho what the man can't say
what to mu akwa che water rails ne
race you say be the be pure odo na se ho go tanim inside ho e dey dey be pure Kwame why na dey call
Gomoza no
because Gomoza me no Kwame me nya kwan ko me nya access to there wo mo turn nya access to there e ya prosi for na gadwe e ya dey e na bitimi pure ho e so bo ka kire
evil rulers ho
e dey na system city
Kessben.
Kwame ye didi agrosa de bia na ye we ya can say wetre acha Blasters we need 2 games opam yen qualify World Cup will be a repeat
I will be an HB
Dede Bakroman Makudus a pop nice go back up and a discussion obi a repeat
yes as you best Boapayo na ya divert attention
near divert attention because Kwame yes I do ya young question obia Shasima na ubisa ba mi PDF besine yenim ni po ye PDF yenim PDS yenim baby ade ni free e so ye da there's an element of criminality obia diska
aduma ne na hyehyɛ ne
ya hyehyɛ aduma man kofo abedi esika o ma wia ye why are they Kwame why are they me de bia me ka o me se Ghana utie Lucky Dube nyoma Kwame se wo de nyane na de chiwa fa danyame ase ye security nye because we don't ask questions. George Bush came to this country George Bush bought this country President Kofobe di na diaman time omo beba meme Bishop Danka Williams we did say dignitaries na ba o nana we ohini we nim we ye didi nkoma ansa na yakotena se nana welcome emi hu ache hu aye fo Kwame woni ye nano na meti o Kessben on se ye didi ya hu nkoma ansa na yakotena se dignitaries na akotena se wo moto wa fanie se ayi oba security man wono na ba no ka kira hemfo paramount chiefs archbishops asofo kuku da omu command a big time congregation Kwame ye reveal no na be catch us America no archbishop chief go and sit down. The president of United States is about to sit down. When he sits, nobody goes in, nobody comes out. That's the security. No money so they're not even up to 25 years. Commanded them because they don't joke with security, Kwame. They don't joke with security. Etiatiase Palma Ashawan issue Kwame. Yakasama controller. Eda sote Hagana. Papa yo immigration service. Panini. Eda sote wa ya need. Ya misana question. Ya fana ma TV so. Ya misana sembia. Obib kuta biometric passport Kwame.
Yeah.
Ama 42 entry points in this country. Nini na no custom for na immigration for di homeboa. Mami etimi aba be wura Ghana obi ye deport no. Watimi aba wura Ghana abenya a good months Kwame ye bisa obi asem. Etifisa terrorism na mo be build to this country. 85 months aba ya tiku yan tontene. Kwame tiku yan tontene.
Aka koba na.
Eti ye bisa question. Ayanko sem no doso. Ayanko sem no doso. Ni e ka kire ya hemfo no so se obi te boni a munya sam de ba hemfie Kwame aya resolution centers. Ne konfo kobu kotoje en konfo kosu. Ni e free president we there mummy anya yi next time bibi ba yemfa mo no kokko yema the benefit of the doubt. Asofo ye bi ade Kwame, how can you fight corruption in the country? Right. We are not radical enough. As I said, Kwame, you use all the avenues. The spiritual, what the hell, it makes sense or not. I'm a technical man. Whether it makes sense or not. But Kwame, minimum say, Omo Mutem, Omo say, Asma make. Now Kwame was Rantwa.
Osofo.
Na Kwame ya dia sofu dia ya anyeye. Ya dia sofu dia ya Kwame anyeye. Etie twa na nanom dia so hwa de.
Okay. Baby, kind of messages in the people na yenjo. Evil rulers were how am I way more agenda setters.
Kessben.
Here, Japan, the United States of America, what they are bad or pay was say, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Countries that have been that have firing squad as punishment for corruption have almost 0% corruption free. I therefore recommend the reintroduction of firing squad for corruption and murder in Ghana. I haven't put about the Bia Wakano no. You more Kumfoni Kokuna. O man penny bena. Or no was you benya could do a science idea way. I don't know what's happening. I broke what the way I send them. Now, very interesting messages about no pay. Was it? Jessica, good morning. No poor man can be truthful. It is an established fact that only two people can speak the truth without fear or favor. One, genuine rich man without skeletons and scars. And then the second person, a responsible high graders. NDC is only massaging the corruption fight. Mr. Speaker, you know the boys. They are very hungry. It's now that they want to buy plots of lands in their villages, buy saloon cars and commercial camera, get married and do properties to sustain their families. Can they survive on the salaries that achieve all this within the space of 4 years? The NPP should just unite and rebrand. In the next 4 years, NDC will be out of touch. God bless our country. Bedase. Mami kobo som chembra na kofrin po yasi o kobo som chia. Galamsey fight be a pie wo ho no pay. Mami ni eyewitness Appiah Kubi ni nkomo. Name good morning to say.
Good morning. Yankopon adumoyo.
Ma TV ne volume ne nko form kakra na ye ni nkomo. Why?
Kessben.
Say. Okay. And tell us, bosom twe fa na wugina na ede na asia no pay.
Sisi me wo be poso.
Okay. Ma ye ni nkomo de na asi.
Ni o ho ni se ebe na asane ne. Entawantawa kakra asi be poso for ne bodo kwaro for entem. Ama sisi no wuntimi mfiri bodo kwano enko be poso. Ena wuntimi mfiri be poso so enko bodo kwano. Na wele hu se mo mu ni se enana jo be no wotwe. Ufiri yefiri kontansi enko be poso. Yidru bodo kwano no mo boberia anyasa mo ketwa. Na de omo busa daba ne se be poso fu wom. Na daba ne so me kwa me ba manye nipa. Edipa kakra bi na minyaye ne mo be poso fu bi enim. Oyes wo mu no. Omu kutetu ne se kan ne ma. Omu so nyina ho. Eno wo hwe mu hu se enipa bi enim still na de ye no. Ani enyan. Ibe hu an se ka no me de video na sende producer no.
Yes.
Na omu abo bon hwehwe no no so de force twifa mu. Anopa me kase ebe ye de se so wo be poso a. Wo bitimi akokontase. Ajadifo nyina beka kotia ubie ntimi muvu. Anya sam ketwa ana ewo busunti mensi mu ha. Aye be poso asem na meka. Me ameno kase me wo be poso. Ene na senka. Me ba kontase. Ebe ye de. Yise be kofa bumfa junction. Na mu kosi dweso. Ansana se be ba kontase metimi aba. Eni nyan de ekoso no sekan ne ma na e mo wa se emrantie wo bokwa no timi nya peso ni tuo ni ade ade. Sise minti nko madam fo baako o yusu moto ebi no mo shi moto no woda borokwa no clinic sisi ambesa mko fe nenso be yedin minti nko asema
ade na akofa santa wanta wa yaba
ɛno deɛ mentimi nkyerɛ ɛyɛ galamseefoɔ yɛm za ha no bosomtwi ha no bepɔ so na ɔmo yɛ galamsee ne mu bɔɔkɔ anofoɔ no ba bepɔ so ɛna ɛbɛyɛ galamsee na sɛ menim sɛ ɛno ɛna akɔfa ntɔkwa no aba o mentimi nkyerɛ sɛ ne na akɔfa bo mentimi nkyerɛ ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa o
na deɛ yɛdi ho nkɔmmɔ yi polisifoɔ aso ate deɛ
ɛno nwumere na mehu sɛ police di kaa bɛfa ha deɛ nanso we no ɛnyɛ police mmiɛnsa bi anaanan bi asɛm o name ɛnyɛ police mmiɛnsa bi asɛm we hia reinforcement but we wani tua baabi etu galamsey deɛ ɛmranteɛ no nneɛma ekuta wɔn nyɛ asɛm ketewa o
galamsey no wɔn mu tu wɔ hefa which of the areas ana galamsey activities ne
kɔ so wɔn tu galamsey nankasa no yɛ bepɔ so
ti bepɔ so kuro ni mu deɛ ne ne environs de tu galamsey wɔ hɔ
nokɔ
I see enti galamsey mranteɛ ne na asɔre agyina yi anaase deɛ ekuruma ne na ɛyɛ
galamsey mranteɛ na asɔre agyina ne mu bɛyɛ din sɛ ofiri bɔɔkɔ no na ɔkɔ bepɔ so ebituma identify wo sɛ bi ayɛ hɔhoɔ na sɛ free hand wo mutimi nje once aka no free bepɔ so na ɛkɔ bɔɔkɔ no ana free bɔɔkɔ no kɔ bepɔ so ndie wudura wato amanie mu
enti anɔpɛ yi a yɛ kasa ka nkɔ
ka ma sisia ka ma untimi ma
na ɛdeɛ na mpanyinfo ɛwɔ hɔ yɛ afa ho so far
sisia no deɛ mpanyinfo no ɛyɛ de mintimi nkyerɛ me hɔ na meti kurom ha na meti sɛ nana do bepɔ so kontihina wɔ hɔ a wɔhwɛ kyiri sɛ wɔhene no etu anamɔ kɔ hɔ ne ka ɔma sɛ no koraa akɔ bɔkɔ no na menim sɛ bia ada sɛ no wo tu kwan yo sɛ nso so okuhu hɔ hen sɛ bia wo mbesiesie wo mintimi nkyerɛ beto ma sɛ ne ka anɔpɛ me ma davani na wo kuro ba ko wo mfimfia yɛ frɛ no kontihin no ɔyɛ kontihin no wɔne mo nkurɔfo no bi kasae ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa o name
I see monko sɛ why na we'll get our reporter sɛ wɔ hɔ enti die be won bia no ye be di hu komo why ne mame na wasi anopay I'm grateful
yes yeah that must momo di anoma policy for me na anu wadin yakade
mate ye be ye ho adwuma enti Appiah Kubi na me na di nkomo from Bosomtwe in the Ashanti region okay
Kessben
Bosomtwe the honorable Educhum constituency wo ho okay. Richard, you say you been honorable Educhum, former education minister. Na yeni nindi nkomo mbisa se the ekosi watia na the akwakofa we yaba the yentimi eni hon komo. Stay with us 18 after 9. Mame fast dani be Emma Obatampa Prostate Center na anope Obatampa se oye bema pacho o prostate no asase Emma symptoms ne teach you ye the bema ye the catheter ato bema mu pacho akwenya no aba ede amount say Obatampa ebeyi ni nyina no ede afiri ho na ahoto etimi aba wa edura na jo a wo Johnson pain bebre ansa na ade a chen wo Johnson tentempa pacho ni nyina no eyo how a eba eye wo wankasa o prostate no eho enti anopai Obatampa ebie na promo ede ato ho se ye kasa ibra na woni no emeye adwuma embom every challenge be a wo about your prostate no pacho Obatampa ebetuni nyina no ase ede about 50 prat last stop ewo kaswa nyanya no main road no eso fra wo on 0553 800-678 0553-800-678 na woni Obatampa Prostate Center enin kopo omwada roma wo betuni nyina no ase ede ama na kweku asie do mame na kweku asie do Herbal Center for Asena Womwada Roma Wacho Omo for special herbal mistress and they would drama so bebia Caribia Ababe show so achibia no Pacho we subia ebebwa Woman no gumwa hodo me no GD herbal mixture it's on the Ghanaian market na and they arthritis na hawaje general body pain Wacho wono no GD herbal mixture ebetuni nyina no ase ede amount Ope would hear me na malaria na ope se would treat fever headaches, typical ones, and a winner dear, and a pain no GD herbal mixture. Into Nina, no, I say, and from our typhoid, joint pains, but we know a clear Nina, no edema pre-compare. Including the herbal mixture, that romantic, but a name with your bar with natural solution in the menstrual cramps, Nina, no, I see a bit too. I feel wow, also, na stomach pains, the more danger. Aba better na so no and pay with young could him dear about say a bit tuning in I say at the amount. Menstrual irregularities be a wohonoma at what dear. We your back, but your withdrawn you could him dear about because you do have a certain aquafa at the amount. But your over a year and cry a shaman in Patewa for Echoes Pharmacy, the past ventures. Menya be a war I feel what kind she drug lane a kohalo herbal. Menya be angel herbal, kind she drug lane, king's walk herbal. And I feel Madina needs to home be a decoy your moon so a baby says you need pediana come pa. I don't pay wood see me at Toto Warner's production. A buamo ni pediana CPA sita. I don't pay my main comfort to tea and for na ye natural na ye tea bag ya branded a kama for ye pa. It's a natural flavor of tea. Na se wo pese immune system ne ye adwuma yare bia hinta wo ni padua mo pia bonten na wo fa ho de eteme badia anopa bia ma chocho tea no enye wo beverage a wo be take early in the morning ma chonfa sugar ne mo ken ka ho nom ne sa na enye mo adwuma 100% natural na wan kasa smelling the flavor that who say yes and dubna pa ne dia ye chocho tea but your papa are correct. What person would take it as normal beverage to breakfast? Who bet me the pan or milk because you have bia. Now they are coming, but a bebo it's healthy. I don't pay pebina to ne use a bebo, colanum penino. Oh, your bar with me and no now it's me abwa. Chocho soap with drum my soap, chocho natural soap, a pure in herbal. And I don't pay rushes. I would do a good nipper na. But you cleaning in our edible scouts. I hold up about to Tony Pediani. But you used to a year, Chocho Pure natural soap. Tuning in our was a compare edible. For your bar, but you are not paying. Oko saloon, a coyo would see dandruff. And you would sing in a boss. So it's very bad. I would sing in no able. I don't pay ube you so Chocho. Shampoo, the conditioner, hair food, and a fanny base. I bet you have one in I share the amount. What wouldn't know treating in one at 18 in I don't pay Chocho production. Oh, yeah, that would the old hairdresser a you so tuning in I say animal. I don't pay about some Chocho skin toner will brighten your skin. It is rich. And the extract of a year aloe vera. And the papa nina near the year Chocho skin toner. But your empo nipeduano na a man and so a benzo emma when my color no a yin hoopy. My oh yeah, dark person I who's a dark and a ever chocolate. Superior Obia air count. We your bar you should be a bebo, member when you should be. I know your papa saying seven no pills. I don't know about side effect. There is no side effect with Chocho skin toner. I don't pay my own son Kessben, but your herbal shops at home. Pharmacies are holding in no at Chocho products. Oko supermarket malls. You know, being a Chocho product, not what to be a use. I don't pay open to do more to a patch of free. They will home in the eastern region. They will deliver to your doorstep. And I don't pay free on 0551 815388. 0551 815388. And for 0241 1 year, you might want to it is Adia. Young Kofa Chamfine machines in your day. Yet the buy young fancies you. Yet the sins you na Chamfine machine no a two form a consumer siancasa. Na good year be se honoma wa hwehwe no watwe de ade aba. Enti se say na ya ye ka say tano no are. You can stand in the middle of the Tano River. Okay? And Cobra no be kono betimi agina the middle of that big river. First no nanka wo ben banks ne kura na usuro ni say unsuro biem because ensure na intimate ne say abeye dam keten e tai ho intimi gawe ano mu wie ya no mu didi mu a they say one more dia copy mu obui what remember wuti me man narration no watimi ate bui no ayaye dam no black voter na ayaye dam no dia si so say emwa ne so play nyinam kane ama o man no say bui dam no nsuo na ye di power na e ba no okay eno no so ne ye gina ye tu galamsey no na Lake Bosom Twidi ekotu bi ho e be den ense hwe what remember baby a yesi dam to say the aya akosombo ikura wo mutu the bed dam no say dam no because can find ni gusu a etu ni nyina no insuo na e push ni nyina no stack with their machines and the terminal say wo ha ya building say the pakro no be wi abeka cho say dum so aba but because of how irresponsible we are me say yan kanokre on my way yeah
na we dey catch obo yes ekoho omo hwe
yan kanokre enti no saade e be yo saade e be go report akwa kodru bosomtwe keka ko bosomtwe lake ne ho a say ho de odu akontena se de odu anu adu ho awie me boa okay
oh na say lake oh na
no be lake bosomtwe
eti edidi kwa no
yese ko mo asase wo nsuo na gya wo an wo mu tu de babatu hu
it's okay
na police ni enya akukudro se ye de military aba se wo mu meye operation utie
kwame
na a combination of forest guards and the military task force ayaka bomu a womo akọ forest ni mu a womo yi galamsey fo ni nyina apie no na police district commander aswa ne boys e de aba abe confronting military fo ni se e de enti omo aba se womo be pam krofo na pie na omo nim se operation bi baso na operation ne baso no womo anka nche hey moti enchi ho no mo nim se galamsey yetu district police commander wo enchi woti ho no wo so nim se yetu galamsey police if we went you so nim say ye tu galamsey the IGP must transfer all of them now from the head of the district police ekosi the owofo as IGP transfer wo mu nyina wo mu tie nchi abonte so mu nim say ye tu galamsey hey now we ma the code sunti a say operation ni ba so aye mo amani o ya regional minister kra ye nka nchiro now we ma the code here fiti weekend iba besi anopeya amene okase eno anadwokra military call ye no achi over 29 excavators meanwhile last 2 weeks metena ha catch us say wo mo ko so mo chi excavators ni bi but baby a wo mo ko fa enye ho na na ese so wo mo fa ye kan asem na ye nim de ye kan tano anwe ni ma wo mo ko last 2 weeks na everybody wuti ye tena ha e ka say baby a military for ni di kan ko 2 weeks ago 14 days ago wo mo koye operation nye ho necessary wo mo ko oti ase minister ntie ye na ye moa no ne ma information na ye nkyere no baby a boys ne ye den e sha wo mo ye adwuma because military no what decide wo mo ye adwuma nyina na e fafo from so mo guso wo mo ye adwuma enti na avimpo wo hwe video ya ye show ya weekend ibesi enura abesi anopei excavators ni bi omo acheche a wo mo pam wo mo nyina de free forest no over close to 39 excavators obi a ye koye operation wo 2 weeks ago eye de na 30 excavators esa akokosem within a space of 14 days
it's a good for board be siaro kwa ya wote
na military for ya kose wo mu kwa koye ya na police for say ye ni mo nya confrontation to the extent say yenya machines no fama wo mo mam ye track machines no yenya machines mfama hwan na secret wo ni say na afenpo say ye soma asrafo no say wo mo mra Kessben ha wo mo ate say galamsey koso wa ha wo asem na me kan yo mo na mo ye technocrat say ye beja machines ni si wo ye beba na machines ni nsi ho a ye the cameras beba ho
Kessben
ye ni di akire ye ni baby omo di kosi nyina ye ba na nsi ho a ye beba be kama Ghana for nati we mfa nko se DC bia na DC for no so no omo nyame ase se besi na ye mo omo din kra ba na nke di nyina ade aso a wo mo
Kessben
I mean, wish you about Ophelia a very big happy birthday. I mean, we should know that about Ophelia, it's your birthday, I don't pay. See you at the 84, 89 ventures. I don't pay. We wish you the best of your new age. Happy birthday to you. Celebrate you this morning. I mean, wish you comfort, say, wow, a very big happy birthday. Oh, crew for me. I don't pay comfort. See you, Connie. Happy birthday to you. Brighter, do watching as someone wishing him, man. I will taste you good. I don't pay happy birthday to you, comfort. Right, you dancing your bar, you're behind you. Now, me wish Linda also. I mean, from police unit, I don't pay happy birthday to you. Linda, we wish you the best of your new age. Happy birthday. We celebrate you this morning. And I wish you last person in the encore time. Right. Oh, the other buy and the last.
I don't want to dance in the year, mammy. Abna Jemfu, mammy. No. Na ye Kwame na nidino oma farm wana
one drama you my
Mr. Pacha o the man na so me oh
now who was it the brand birthday refinity
oh Mr. Babu nyansa any aha ye fe no ye ma me Mama, happy birthday to you, Ati. Oh, Boise. Mama, happy birthday, oh, Boise. The body I bled them through, I bled them first, yeah, Leslie. Yeah, my father, happy birthday to you.
We yalla. What you mean to Kwame Appiah Kubi, Mr. Speaker, and our friend. Thank you so much for your time. I am for one see her. Say Jody team no Eddie Agudia Munsem but made production and to us. So I don't do any our channel. Obesorry in term no akwa adwuma na ne ya. Over bo ankwa adwuma juada brother. Ukuada na wo share adwuma se ne ya pa. Ochi ochina yi na ebesia. Ewa go primary so. Why? God bless you. Stay blessed.
Mama Adwa Frima.
Okay.
Yeah, Ma Adwa Frima. So happy birthday to you. Ma Adwa Frima.